Hello, and welcome to coverage of MSEM's Custom Night Magic for July 30th, 2020. Today we're going to be watching the round 2 match between BluesEclipse and Dravos Argentium, both of whom are playing very similar decks, incidentally. So, Pipsqueak earlier today said that both of these decks have similar DNA, and I'm inclined to agree. They're both greedy, over-the-top mid-range decks who center around a single card, Avatar of Plume de Val. So essentially, Avatar of Plume de Val, in simplest terms, is doubling season but on a 4/4 body. So both these players are playing mid-range decks. In Blues' case, green-white. In Dravos' case, green-blue. And they both have over-the-top interactions with Avatar of Plume de Val. In Blues' case, his deck is made to abuse Sha'rador, which is a planeswalker who has an alt which says creature tokens cannot leave the battlefield. So you essentially get to give all of your tokens super indestructible and then double them with Avatar of Plume de Val. So blue starting off strong here with a double mana ascetic, crazy ramp here. Mana ascetic is essentially just Birds of Paradise without flying. At this point has both the fixing and the ramp, and will be able to drop a 5-drop next turn. Meanwhile, Dravos has basically passed turns 1 and 2, which is usually fine, but in this case, Dravos might not be able to keep up with Blues' threats, especially because I don't think either of these players' decks are essentially made to abuse or run interaction to an extent. Like, both of them have it, but really the reactive part is just to answer one large threat or annoying threat of the opponent, or to answer early game threats versus aggro, not so much to answer a continuous onslaught of over-the-top mid-range threats. And interesting, Blue's just passing with 5 mana. Okay, on end step, Dravos is gonna Sang Jin. Oh, but doesn't use the trigger. I don't think that Dravos realized that he can grab Blues' Tropical Groove. Fortunately, it seems like even though Dravos didn't realize it, Blues is going to be a good sport and tell Dravos that, yes, Sangjin can grab the fetch land from Blues' grave. But it looks like in response, Blues is just going to exile Sangjin. So, Dravos will at least get ramp from Sangjin. Sangjin is just generally like a very strong card because it represents land ramp on a well-statted on-curve body, in addition to being at flash speed, so you can use him in lots of different shells. He's fallen off recently, he's fallen off until recently, but was a big staple back in the earlier days of MSEM. But now that people are being encouraged to try out more greedy mid-range shells, Sang has been seeing a recurrence. Oh, and here comes the main attraction, Avatar of Plume de Val coming down from Dravos. And despite having the early ramp, it is now Blues who's on the back foot here. It looks like Blues is going to drop this top-decked Scion Expedition Captain, and is going to try and once-shunned Avatar, but Avatar is CMC 4. Yeah, so progressing on, without Blues having a way to regain tempo by killing the Avatar, things could get problematic. So Dravos is going to Sang Jin once again, copy number 2, steal Blues' Tropical Groove again. So immediately cracks a Grove for a Lush Oasis. Could potentially do another play this turn as well. And it looks like it will happen. And Kati Evelyn World Wanderer from Dravos. How do Kati and Avatar stack? I don't know which one counts for... Do you just choose which replacement effect occurs first? But yeah, that is really strong. So probably just -2 Kati and then buff up Avatar and Sang to crazy levels. Could also just go crazy and like +1 Kati on Avatar and then swing in. But that seems like a bad idea because then Blues just double blocks. So yeah, I think you just -2 Kati, put the counters on Sang and Avatar. You know that Sang is going to get eaten by the... You know that Sang or Kati is going to be eaten by the once shunned. so might as well get maximum value out of it. So yep, it's gonna -2 Kati and then buff up Avatar and Sang-Jin by a massive 4 power and toughness each. And yeah, like this is kind of a conundrum for Blues, because I think you have to answer Kati because you don't want that happening again next turn, but then that leaves Dravos with an additional 7/6. Oh, and he's gonna swing in with the Avatar. I think that this is a mistake, specifically because, yeah, like Blues chumps, Dravos knows that Blues has a once shunned. So now what's going to happen is Dravos knows that Blues just once shunned Sang-Jin, then untaps, swings with Scion to kill Kati. So you're getting 2 for 1 when you really didn't have to. So that was a misplay from Dravos right there, to swing in with the Avatar immediately. So Sang gets exiled, and Kati's time is almost up. Okay, Sevid from Blues is gonna go for the card advantage, or actually, my mind now needs to use the Scion. Oh no, he's gonna go for the card advantage. I was gonna say that. Oh my god, and that's one hell of a card to draw, Scion of Storms. But I was gonna say might want to use Sevid to create a blocker, because Blues wants to point Scion and the Scout at Kati. Oh, Scion doesn't create the token tapped and attacking. Oh, but has the Kati anyways. So actually, yeah, okay, so that was an interesting interaction. For some reason I thought that Scion created the token tapped and attacking, but I guess it just creates the token. So I'm going to Scion in, make a Scout, which is probably just going to chump the Avatar next turn. And then next turn can cast Scion of Storms, and then I guess the plan is to just out-aggro Dravos and then just continually put blockers in front of Avatar. I guess Ravaged Monument makes it so that Blues needs 2 blockers. So yeah, actually, Dravos can animate Ravaged Monument and then kill Sevid this turn, at the very least. Dravos is going to cast Scion of Flourishing. Gonna make Avatar of Plume Duval an 8/8. Notably, does give it trample so it can swing in on Sevid. Okay, Waterway Dam enters. Scion gets aetherized. Avatar gets buffed even more. Scion itself gets buffed. At this point, would it actually just be worth going for the jugular, like just going straight for Blues' face? Like, with known information, you know that Blues' only card is Scion of Storms. Scion of Storms does put 8 like blocking power onto the battlefield though, and Sevid can create another one, but it might just be worth aggroing for the face. And yeah, Dravos is just going to do that. Swing for the hills. Blues is just going to take it all. Takes a whopping 12 right there. And yep, as expected, here comes Scion of Storms from Blues. Oh, and Blues top deck to Plains, so we'll get to aetherize the Scion and get an additional token. Okay, -1 Sevid gets to get an additional Plains because of Vast Savannah being the top card. So yeah, it's immediately going to crack it for a 3rd elemental, and that's a powerful turn. And the momentum has swung back again into Blues' court. And since a trample buff doesn't last forever, like I guess even if it did, Blues has like, god, how much toughness on board right now? 19 toughness on board. So Dravos would have to attack with 25... Yeah, it would have to attack with 25 power in trample. And it looks like Dravos top-decked... Oh my god, top-decked a fetch land. So, oh no, but is messing up. Should have made Ravaged Monument into a creature first. Oh no, Dravos. Is it still lethal? Puts 2 counters on each creature. So Plume goes up to a 14/14. Scion is a 9/9. So swings in for swings in for 23, which is 2 off what Dravos needs to kill Blues if I did my math right. So Blues goes down to 1 life, but kills the Scion of Flourishing. Dravos is out of cards in hand, and now that Blues has a 6 lands, can make 2 chump blockers each turn with Sevid. So even with Ravaged plus Avatar, Blues has a chump blockers. So yeah, if Dravos could have won, If only he'd animated Ravaged Monument. And stabilization for Blues, gonna play the Snowfield Mother and gain up 4 life. And then +1 Sevid gets 2 tokens right here. Should probably swing in with the Scout, honestly, because yeah, it has 3 blockers, so gonna just swing in for 1 with the Scout, start to retake the life total. Okay, and it looks like Dravos top decked a Mana Ascetic. Not really what you want for this board state. Swinging in with just Avatar. I think this is like the worst possible, or not worst possible, but one of the worst scenarios, because like Blues now just blocks with the Scout, yeah. Then on Blues' own turn, just swings in with the Bird and the Snowfield Mother, and is fine. The Bird can't be blocked by Ravaged Monument. Is fine with trading Snowfield with the Ravaged Monument because Blues is still up on board. Dravos, even with like continuous attacks, can't just keep even if Dravos just keeps attacking with his board, Blues is gonna like outrun Dravos's board before long. So Dravos needs another Scion of Flourishing, or like, I don't know, like a mirror image or something. Oh, Blues is only swinging in with the Bird. I'm surprised that Blues is not swinging in with the Snow Mom. That is actually a surprise to me. Okay, he's just gonna ping Dravos for 1 with the Bird. Okay, Blues is saying, did think about throwing the bear at Dravos. I don't know why Blues didn't, though. Maybe to have more blockers, like, in the background, if Dravos did top deck a Scion. But, like, if Dravos top decks a Scion, let's see how much toughness Blues can put in front. Can put 8 toughness. Avatar will become a 16/16. So Blues will be dead on board anyways. So it makes more sense to swing in with the Snowfield. Oh, this time Dravos animating Ravaged Monument. Looks like gonna swing in with both Monument and Avatar. Okay, I think Blues just takes the trade with Snowmom here and then trades the Scout. Or not trade, chumps with the Scout. No, okay, he's just gonna block the Ravaged Monument with the Scout. I'm surprised by that, honestly. Like, I don't know why Blues wouldn't just trade Snowmom for the Ravaged Monument. Like, that's also the only reason I can think of that Blues would have left the Snowmom back. So that was a very surprising block choice for me. Oh, and Blues is gonna drop an Avatar of Plume Duval of his own. So he's now gonna be making a whopping 4 tokens per turn with Sevid. Okay, and another Mana Ascetic, but again, that at this point that basically just represents 1 more blocker toughness, essentially. Didn't Blues forgot to activate Sevid? What? How do you play your token doubler and then forget to activate your Planeswalker? Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm dumb. Blues actually minus Sevid to draw a card, and drew the Avatar off of that. Kind of risky. I would just keep plussing, because just at this point you win eventually if you just keep plussing Sevid. But hey, did get Blues the early Avatar. So Dravos once again swinging in with the Ravaged Monument and Avatar. Will Blues put up the Snowmom in front of the Ravaged Monument now? Especially because now it will generate 2/2 tokens. No, it's just blocking with the birds. I do not get this. I don't know what I'm missing about Blues not blocking with Snowfield Mother, but it feels like such a huge mistake not to block with Snowmom. Because you get your money back in terms of 2/2 tokens, and you want to keep the birds around because you want to be able to swing back in on Dravos. So yeah, I straight up don't get why Blues isn't just killing the Ravaged Monument here. Like, maybe I'm missing something, but to me that feels like the most biggest and most obvious punt. Unless, like, Blues is looking to, like, oh, I want to draw something to flicker Snowmom, which, like, at this point, don't think about what you could get, think about what you have, because you have a reasonably winning board position, and so push it. Okay, so get a +1/7, get a whopping 4 tokens in the mix. Swings in for 8 with Avatar plus Snowmom. And yeah, Dravos is just going to take it. Not going to chump with the Mana Ascetic. So at this point, Dravos is dead on board next turn. And wow, on end, Dravos is going to mirror image, probably copying Avatar of Plume Duval twice. Blues does have ample blockers for that, though. So so if Dravos swings out with everything, we'll probably be able to just kill Dravos on the backswing. Oh, and big blowout from Blues. In response, just out of body experiences the avatar of Plume Duval. That is huge. And I think that just about seals this game. Because now, like before Dravos, if Dravos got like a top deck Scion, could close it out on Blues. Now it's just like there's no recourse. Okay, so Dravos top decked Scion of Torrents bounces the Avatar of Plume Duval, but I don't think it's enough. And yeah, now on the backswing, Dravos just dies. And man, that was a grueling game. And it could have been over so much earlier if Dravos had realized that he had the Ravage Monument. Could have closed it out all those turns ago when he had the Scion of Flourishing plus the Avatar of Plume Duval. But yeah, that's it. Dravos lets that game one slip through his fingers. Another factor to think about is that, unlike our GP games, CNM is a strict 50-minute round timer. Unless Dravos can win in like 5 to 10 minutes, Blues might just take this with that first game win. Might not even get, at best, Dravos can tie this up. Yep, and there goes the round timer. We're down to turns, and I don't think that Dravos' grindy mid-range deck is capable of winning in 5 turns from here. Okay, so it looks like Blues has the Snowfield Mother to make it even harder for Dravos to get the kill in time. At this point, yeah, Dravos really needed early dorks into Sang is fine, but Dravos' only hope for a kill is basically turboing into a Scion. Well, off to a promising start. Here's Avatar. Oh no, but Blues is wait until you see my Scion, though. And yeah, a Mabel will not be able to carry Dravos to a win, unfortunately. Might just use it to untap lands. Oh, but yeah, could use it to untap all green producing lands and then Windmill Slam a Scion. But even that won't be enough to kill Blues this turn. Oh no, wait, yes, has 6 counters. Okay, so can instantly alt, is going to draw 4 cards. And oh man, it looks like Blues is looking to close the game out in style. Show that, I would, even if we hadn't gone to turns, I would be winning this, 100%. So yep, swings in for a whopping, 16. Won't kill Dravos, but it will definitely send a message right here as Blues takes this effectively 1-0 and moves on, I think, with 2 wins to the 3rd round of the CNM. So I wish I could say good games to both players, but Dravos really threw that first game, and that allowed Blues to capitalize and just both because Dravos threw away that first game, and also they were in a top deck situation, so it just extended how long it took for the first game to end by basically double the time. It ultimately just set up Blues' victory for the not just that game, but the set as a whole. Good games to both players. Blues takes it 1-0. And I'll see you in the 3rd round of CNM.